Welcome to Minnesota Housing's Community Profiles for Scoring tutorial. This session explains how to use community profiles for scoring when applying to the 2018 Request for Proposals and 2019 Housing Tax Credit Program. This tutorial will highlight the goals of community profiles and review data layer themes, geographic priority areas, how to access community profiles, explain how the interactive map works, explain how to print a custom report, and review WalkScore. The goal of community profiles is to create a comprehensive but understandable tool for Minnesota Housing staff and partners that will assist in the planning and funding process for affordable housing projects. This is Minnesota Housing's 7th year releasing the data that helps guide and inform our decisions. The Community Profiles 2 is an effort to place everyone on a level playing field and make Minnesota Housing's data-driven decision-making process more transparent. There are two content areas that I want to outline in order to help users better understand the data. They are data layer themes and the RFP geographic priority areas. For the data layer themes, we have over 30 indicators from multiple sources to profile the social, demographic, and economic characteristics of households, the housing market, and employment as they pertain to the market for affordable housing. These individual data points are broken into 3 thematic categories: economy and workforce, housing demographics, and housing market at the county and census tract geographies. Economy and workforce contains information about jobs, distance to work, and the unemployment rate. The household demographics theme contains information about the people and households in a community, which includes basic demographic characteristics such as breakdown of age, the proportion of population from a community of color, the cost burden for renters and homeowners, and income characteristics. Finally, the housing market is broken into 2 themes: the rental housing market and the homeownership market. This is our largest collection of data elements and includes information about costs for both renters and homeowners, vacancy rates for subsidized housing, median sales price, and change in sales price from the prior year, age of housing stock, tenure, and foreclosure rates. While we make the raw data available on Minnesota Housing's webpage, most data layer themes display in community profiles based on percentile rankings relative to rankings across the state. The other content area relates directly to RFP applications and the geographic priority areas. The geographic priorities include economic integration, access to higher performing schools, rural and tribal designation areas, location efficiency, tribal equivalent areas, workforce housing, and community recovery. Economic integration applies to census tracts in the Twin Cities 7-county metro area, along with tracts in Duluth, St. Cloud, and Rochester. Included within community profiles are census tracts within the Twin Cities, Duluth, St. Cloud, and Rochester that meet the 1st and 2nd tier points in Minnesota Housing's Qualified Allocation Plan, also known as the QAP. Areas not eligible for economic integration points can be added as the rural tribal designated areas. Access to higher performing schools applies to the same geographies as economic integration. If an area meets or exceeds 2 of 3 performance thresholds in its schools, it is considered to have access to higher performing schools. The performance metrics used are 3rd grade reading proficiency, 8th grade math proficiency, and on-time graduation rate. Location efficiency contains details on the transit service types in the Twin Cities Metro, Duluth, East Grand Forks, La Crescent, Rochester, Moorhead, Mankato, and St. Cloud. There is no detail in community profiles for transit services found in Greater Minnesota, rural and small urban areas. Please refer to the Location Efficiency Methodology document to assist in identifying transit service types for these areas. WalkScore cannot be viewed via community profiles. I will go over WalkScore later in this tutorial. Tribal equivalent areas are reservations that meet HUD's Qualified Census Tract, or QCT, definitions. Workforce housing includes cities that have seen job growth, are top job centers, or have a significant portion of their workforce traveling long distances into the community. The workforce housing layer has been updated to include the latest employment centers and long commute communities. The final geographic priority area is community recovery. Community recovery is used for the single-family RFP and is meant to highlight communities with lower median incomes, older housing, and higher than average declines in home sales prices. To access the data for community profiles for scoring, go to Minnesota Housing's main webpage and click Policy and Research at the top of the page. Then, just below that and to the right, click Community Profiles. This will bring you to the page currently on the slide. To access data for the 2018 RFP and 2019 Housing Tax Credits applications, click Community Profiles for Scoring 2018 RFP 2019 HTC. On the Community Profiles for Scoring page, you can find links to methodology and metadata documentation for data found within the interactive map used for scoring. There is also a help document to get you started using community profiles. For the tech-savvy individuals who want to have access to the raw data, you can download it directly from this page. To access the interactive map and the underlying data layer themes and geographic priority areas, click to view the interactive map highlighted on the screen. This brings you to the interactive map. When you open it, you'll see a map of Minnesota showing absolute change in households between 2000 and 2015. The New Map button in the upper left corner is where you can access the data layer themes of economy and workforce, household demographics, and housing markets referenced earlier. The New Map is also where you access the RFP geographic priority areas. Below the New Map button is a search tool that allows you to search by address, census tract, congressional district, etc. On the top right of the map, you can develop a custom region if you are working across various geographies by clicking Draw Report Area. To the right of the Draw Report area is a 3 vertical dot icon. If you click on it, you will be able to print a map of what you see on the screen. Below and to the right of the custom region in print is the map legend. Here you can see all of the layers currently being displayed on the map and what the various color shades represent. Similar to Google Maps, you can zoom, pan, and click features for more information. I have to do that again. Similar to Google Maps, you can zoom, pan, and click features for more information. In the next few slides, I will show you how to change data layer themes, add a geographic priority area, build a custom region, and print a report. In the search dialog, type the address in which you are interested. I typed Minnesota Housing's address to give you an idea of what it looks like. Something to note is that when you zoom in beyond a certain extent, the geography changes from county-based to census tract. This screen shows the total low and moderate wage jobs found in the census tract of the address of interest. By clicking the census tract, a pop-up window is displayed showing the total jobs in that tract, its ranking relative to other census tracts in its region, and data notes containing the source. You can view all values within the data layer themes in this pop-up by going through the tabs at the top. Let's say you want to see if the address is located near transit, and if so, what kind of transit is accessible as it relates to our geographic priorities. You'll need to add the location efficiency geographic priority to the map. In order to add the location efficiency geographic priority, click New Map, then Multifamily. Then click Location Efficiency Transit. Initially, all geographic priority areas are displayed using the same color. If applicable to that geographic priority, the capability exists to color code by type. In our example of location efficiency, you can color code by proximity to light rail transit stations, high-frequency transit networks, and high-service areas. To color code by type, click Expand Legend, then click Filter under Location Efficiency Transit. And for type, click Color Code All. The result can be seen on the screen, and our address of interest is within 1/2 mile of a light rail station, the highest point priority for location efficiency in the Twin Cities metro area. You can also build a custom region to include both the census tract that encompasses the address of interest and the neighboring census tract. You can then create a custom report. To begin, click Draw Report Area found in the upper right corner. You'll get a series of prompts asking you how you would like to create your custom region. I recommend creating custom regions by using the Assembled Custom Region option. Click on the census tracts that you would like to add to your custom region. You will know a tract is selected when it is shaded white and the tract ID is added to the Assemble Region dialog box. Once you have built your custom region, click Done, highlighted on the screen, in the Assemble Region dialog box. Give your region a name and once again click Done. Your custom region will be highlighted by an orange outline. If you want to print the report, click the small red icon found on the outline of your custom region. A pop-up window will display, and now you can click See Minnesota Community Report for your custom region. This displays a custom report with key demographics for your custom area. You can print the report as a PDF by clicking Print Report in the upper right corner of the report. Be patient, as it takes a minute to generate the report as a PDF. Note that custom areas must follow either county or census tract boundaries. If you search by radius, census tracts will only be included if they completely fall within that radius. The final piece of information that is not part of community profiles but is part of the location efficiency geographic priority is Walk Score. You can access your property's Walk Score by going to walkscore.com and entering the address. If your development is on a road that is not yet developed and Walk Score cannot locate it, find the Walk Score within 1/4 of a mile. Also, if applicants would like to request revisions of a location's Walk Score, they may contact Walk Score directly with details of the request. Use the Minnesota Housing specific email currently on the screen when requesting revisions. Walk Score and Minnesota Housing have an agreement that Walk Score staff will review the request and make necessary adjustments to scoring within 45 business days. This is a much quicker process than the general Walk Score review submittal process. You can also contact Minnesota Housing directly, and we can help you submit the review to Walk Score. Thank you for watching this tutorial on community profiles. I hope it provides a fundamental understanding of how to use the Community Profiles interactive map to assist you when completing your application for funding. If you have questions, please do not hesitate to contact us at the email address or phone number listed.